Apophenia, æpoʊ଼fiːniə, is the human tendency to perceive meaningful patterns within random data. Origin of the term. The first use of the term is attributed to Klaus Conrad by Peter Brugger, who defined it as the unmotivated seeing of connections, accompanied by specific experience of an abnormal meaningfulness. Apophenia has come to imply a universal human tendency to seek patterns in random information, such as gambling. In 1958, Klaus Conrad published a monograph titled Die beginnende Schizophrenie, Versuch einer Gestaltanalyse des Wahns, in which he described in groundbreaking detail the prodromal mood and earliest stages of schizophrenia. He coined the word apopheny to characterize the onset of delusional thinking in psychosis. Conrad's theories on the genesis of schizophrenia have since been partially, yet inconclusively, confirmed in psychiatric literature when tested against empirical findings. In contrast to an epiphany does not provide insight into the nature of reality or its interconnectedness, but is a process of repetitively and monotonously experiencing abnormal meanings in the entire surrounding experiential field. Such meanings are entirely self-referential, solipsistic, and paranoid, being observed, spoken about, the object of eavesdropping, followed by strangers. Thus, the English term, apophenia, has a somewhat different meaning than that which Conrad defined when he coined the term apopheny. Apopheny should not be confused with apopheny. Related neologisms. Patternicity. In 2008, Michael Shermer coined the word patternicity, defining it as the tendency to find meaningful patterns in meaningless noise. Agenticity. In The Believing Brain, Shermer wrote that humans have the tendency to infuse patterns with meaning, intention, and agency, which he called agenticity. Randomania. In 2011, parapsychologist David Luke proposed that apophenia is one end of a spectrum and that the opposite behavior can be called randomania. He asserted that dream precognition is real and that randomania is the reason why some people dismiss it. Examples. Pareidolia. Pareidolia is a type of apophenia involving the perception of images or sounds in random stimuli. For example, hearing a ringing phone while taking a shower. The noise produced by the running water provides a background from which the mind perceives the sound of a phone. A more common example is the perception of a face within an inanimate object. The headlights and grille of an automobile may appear to be grinning. People around the world see the man in the moon. People sometimes see the face of a religious figure in a piece of toast or in the grain of a piece of wood. Overfitting in statistics and machine learning. Apophenia is an example of what is known as overfitting. Overfitting occurs when a statistical model fits the noise rather than the signal. The model overfits the particular data or observations rather than fitting a generalizable pattern in a general population. Gambler's fallacy. Apophenia is well documented as a rationalization for gambling. Gamblers may imagine that they see patterns in the numbers which appear in lotteries, card games, or roulette wheels. One variation of this is known as the gambler's fallacy. Hidden meanings. Fortune-telling and divination are often based upon discerning patterns seen in what most people would consider to be meaningless chance events. The concept of a Freudian slip is based upon what had previously been dismissed as meaningless errors of speech or memory. Sigmund Freud believed that such slips held meaning for the unconscious mind. In literature, William Gibson's pattern recognition, George Louis Borges's Library of Babel, Umberto Eco's Foucault's pendulum, Stanislaw Lem's His Master's Voice, Peter Watts's Blind Sight.